Hello everyone, good afternoon, welcome. So this will be the last online level 3 for a Sunday. We're still going to do online level 3 going forward as the studio opens up, but we'll let you know what day it's going to be. It could either be on a Tuesday or a Thursday, but it'll still be online, so stay tuned and be in touch. But otherwise, next Sunday, this will be live in person at the studio. So, let's begin. Seated position, cross-legged or kneeling, whatever's comfiest for you. Might even sit up against something. Today you might need a couple of blocks. You'll be fine without, however. Nice tall spine, and shut down the eyes as soon as you're ready. We'll just take a moment to settle. Go ahead and take a nice long deep breath in. Gentle softening breath out. And see if you can just pull back the lens on yourself, get a little bit of perspective, a little bit of space. And see if you can meet yourself just as you are in this moment, allowing yourself to be however it is that you might be. And as you bring this sort of awareness to yourself, notice, what sort of sensations are going on through the body. Are there physical sensations that are dominating your attention? Are there emotional or energetic sensations? Or is it the mind that's, with a big focus on it? And although throughout the practice we look to focus and tune our energies, so you're really starting to take control over your energies, whether they're physical body energies, more subtle kind of energies within the body, or mental energies. Regardless of that, we still take the quality of meeting yourself as you are in the moment and responding to that with a sense of nurturing, a sense of intimacy towards yourself. So that's the attitude to take into this practice right here of controlling your breath. Start to breathe a little bit more deeply down to your belly space. Let that expand and fill up into your chest. And let your exhale start to take more time to slow down as you breathe out. Just to keep on going with that type of breath, deeply in, slowly out. And see if you can ensure that there's a mindset within it where you're intimate towards yourself. You're feeling warm towards yourself. There's no battle, there's no conflict in what you're doing. So immediately all sense of competition is released, all sense of strain is gone. And you're responding to yourself as you are with a gentle control of your breath. Very simple practice of pranayama today. Breathe in for 6, hold in for 3, and breathe out for 6. 6 in, 3 hold, 6 out. Coordinate your breath into that cycle, and I'll leave you in silence with it just for a couple of rounds. 6 in, 3 hold at the top, 6 out, and roll straight into the next round. Final round with that. Deeply in, slowly out. And maintaining a rhythmic breath, but much more importantly, maintaining a sense of mood throughout your practice, a sense of attitude. And see if you can reinforce that attitude of warmth, intimacy, a closeness to yourself where you're nourishing, regardless of how intense the body might get with the physical posture, regardless of how much you challenge yourself physically today. Maintain that mood or attitude of warmth. Let's take that forward and coordinate breath and movement together. Blink open your eyes and come straight into cat-cow. So roll over the knees, come onto all fours, tabletop position. As you arrive in tabletop, take an inhale, press the belly down, off the chest forward, look up. And exhale to round and arch up through your spine. Keep on going for a few more rounds, but while you're doing this, turn your hands back towards your knees, so fingers out to the side first and then back towards the knees. And you keep on going with cat-cow. So just integrating a little bit of wrist opening with that forearm opening. You take just one more round like that with the wrists. And returning to a neutral spine, go ahead, turn your hands forward rather, and then flip them over. So the tops of the hands are on the ground now. And then again, you just send some weight back, hips roll back a little bit, or slide back rather. And then even bending through the elbows a little bit here. Just rolling out through the wrist bridge a touch, maybe a breath or two more. And then coming back to a neutral spine, sit down onto your heels and go ahead and eagle wrap your arms. Right arm underneath the left one. Inhale, lift the elbows towards the ceiling, nice and gentle here. And exhale, roll the elbows in towards the belly. And we do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rolling in. And this time, unwrap the arms as you reach up, stretch up, touch palms above your head. Lightly place the thumbs to the back of the head. Now, let the elbows wing out to the side. So thumbs to the back of your head, elbows out to the side. And just lifting the chest a little bit here, but pulling the belly in. So you don't need to squeeze the elbows right now. Just take one more big breath. And then we switch that eagle wrap. Left underneath the right. We'll just go the other way to which you went. And inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, curling in towards the ribs. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, curling in. Now this time, unwrap the arms, reach up and stretch up. Again, thumbs touch behind the head. As the chest lifts now, draw the elbows together a little bit more. So chest still lifting, belly still pulling in. You just take one more big breath there. And then go ahead and interlace your hands behind the lower back. Release and catch. Roll back the shoulders, lift the chest. 2 big breaths there, just rolling back the shoulders, belly still sucking in. And here we go, down dog, hands on the floor, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Up you go. A little bit of movement into down dog, pedaling out the legs if you like to, or swaying the hips broadly from side to side. You might even roll onto the outer blade of the foot as you're doing that. Maybe 2 more rounds of breath here in down dog. And let's go ahead and walk the hands towards the back of the mat into a forward fold. Hands towards the feet. Just letting the whole upper body hang down here. This forward fold. A little bit of movement side to side, left to right, forward and back. Nice long, steady breath still going. Totally loose through the neck, however. One more nice long breath here now. And then go ahead, roll up your spine all the way through your standing. Reach up and stretch up at the top nice and high. Hands to prayer at heart center. And go ahead, lift your heels up off the ground. Little toe stand, lifting, lifting. Breathe there for one moment. Squeeze your butt, suck your belly in. And then simply plant the heels down to fold all the way to the floor. Once the hands land on the floor, halfway lift to lengthen. And then walk the hands all the way out into plank position. Shoulders above your wrists. As soon as you arrive there, pull the butt back into downward facing dog. And we do that a few more times. High plank, come forward, shoulders above wrists. Exhale takes you back to down dog. 2 more like that. Round and arch through your upper back as you hit high plank. Back to down dog. 1 more like that. High plank. Finds down dog. Good. And now this time, inhale through to high plank and then lower all the way down through chaturanga until you're flat onto your belly. In this shape, slide the hands back a few inches so they're in line with your bottom rib. Pull the elbows back as you inhale, lift the chest up off the ground. True cobra. Exhale, lower. 2 to go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, lower down. Send the butt back to the heels, child's pose. And straight up into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Once you arrive there, a nice easy walk to the top of your mat. Feet to hip width apart. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, stand all the way up. A little bit of space between the feet. Hands to prayer. Heels lift up once again. A little toe stand. Holding here. Now interlace hands behind the lower back. Maintaining balance on the balls of the feet. Belly in, chest up, shoulders back. And then 1 more breath here. Lifting the chest, drawing the hands away from the lower back. And then plant the heels to fold forward all the way down. A little bit in the knees might be nice there. But hands lifting up over the head for about 2 more big breaths. Good. Release the hands to the floor. Halfway lift again, flat back. Left hand down, right hand up into a twist. Big bend into the left knee. 1 more breath there. Right hand down. Inhale, left hand up. Couple of breaths to just feel out the straightening of your left leg. Exhale, left hand down. Move with breath now. Right hand comes up, keeping length in your spine. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand down. Right hand comes up, pause there. Half bind, wrap your right arm behind your lower back. And in this shape, grab a hold of your right ankle with your left hand and really turn the chest a little bit deeper. 1 more big breath like that. And switch, right hand down, left hand up, half bind as you get there. Grab a hold of your left ankle now and really turn back the top shoulder there. 2 more long breaths. Left hand on the floor, halfway lift again, flat back, step back to plank position, shoulders above wrists, and then lower all the way down through chaturanga until you hit the deck. Now same hand position as before. This time, however, inhale, lift the chest and palms up off the ground. Lift, exhale, lower. We do 2 more like that. Strong legs, point the toes. Inhale, chest and palms lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift both. And exhale, release both. Push up through plank position and into downward facing dog. And as you find downward dog, inhale, heels up, knees bend, look to the front, walk, step or jump, top of your mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to stand up, reach up. Heels lift at the top for 1 breath. And then plant the heels down to fold all the way back down. Halfway lift, flat back. Step or jump back into chaturanga, half plank, bend elbows. Pull the chest through the arms into up dog. And the exhale sends you into downward facing dog. 1 or 2 more breaths there. 1 more round of sun sail. Heels up, knees bend. Look between your hands and walk, step or jump. Half lift, flat back. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to stand all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. Exhale to fold straight back down towards the ground. Half lift, flat back. Step or jump back directly into chaturanga, half plank. Inhale, pulls the chest through the arms. And exhale to downward facing hips up and back. 2 more breaths there. And inhale, right leg raises up. Put a bend into that knee and peel the hip open. Tilt it up, tilt it up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Cross it underneath your body. Inhale, shoots the leg back up.
Knee to the nose, pull it in tight. Inhale, back up. Over to touch the right elbow. Squeeze, hold there. Slide it down to the wrist. Back to the elbow and shoot it back up. And step the foot in between the hands. Runner's lunge, up the chest forward on fingertips. Right hand raises up into simple twist. And then in this shape, hug the front knee in a little bit. Make sure it's above the ankle. Back legs tight and straight. Now start to reach your right hand up over your head. Palm faces down. And see if you can turn the shoulder a little further towards the ceiling. But back leg has got to stay stiff. One more big breath there. And right hand down, straighten through your front leg into pyramid pose. Now see if we can do that movement a few more times. So as you bend into the front knee, reach your right hand straight forward and then turn the right shoulder up. And then exhale, right hand down, straighten through the front leg. So little tiny movement here. Lunge into the front knee. Right hand reaches forward, turn the shoulder up. And exhale, bring the hand back down, straighten through the front leg. Now this time, just bend into the front knee, nothing more. Drop the back knee to the floor, chest and arms raise up. Squeeze your left butt cheek, pull the belly in. In this shape, go ahead, touch palms above the head and start to take that prayer behind the neck. In this shape, squeeze at the elbows and then let the chest lift a little here, but squeeze the belly in, suck the belly in. 2 more steady breaths in this shape. Now as you throw your hands back, straighten through your front leg like arrowhead with a half Hanuman. We do that a few more times. Lunge into the front knee, hands lift, and then prayer behind the neck for a breath. Exhale, throw the hands back and straighten through the front leg. Inhale, coming back to the lunge, linger at the top for a breath. And exhale, throw the hands back. Now half Hanuman, stay and pause. See if you can interlace hands behind the lower back here. I really suggest tucking in the back toes if you're struggling for balance, but roll back the shoulders and lift the hands up. Once you get there and you've got your balance, try and move your chest a little further towards your toes, and it might actually feel like your butt sticks back a touch more too. Now you've got maybe 2 more breaths in this shape. Little balance here in the forward fold, that's all good. Hands to the floor now, little half lift. And then settle back in for maybe 3 more breaths in this half Hanuman. Steady breaths, however, smooth and slow. And 1 more big breath. All right, lunge into the front knee and 3-leg dog. Right leg lifts up and out, bend at the knee, peel the hip open. Now, stick with me on this one. Right knee taps to right elbow, look to the right and kick it out to the right, nice and hard. Pull the leg back up and in, 3-leg dog. We'll do that 1 more time. Right knee taps right elbow, kick it out to the right, boom, shoot it back up, 3-leg dog. Now stay cool as we do this. Drop down to your forearms in that 3-legged dog, keeping the right leg lifted. All right. High plank, straighten out your elbows, shoulders above the wrists, curl your knee to your nose, and then shoot the leg back up, drop back down to forearms. 2 to go. High plank, roll, curl the knee to chest, shoot it back up, drop down to forearms. This time, high plank, 3-leg flow. Half plank, chaturanga, up dog, finds downward facing dog. We take 1 more breath there in down dog. And then inhale, left leg raises up. Put a bend into the knee, peel the hip open. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, cross it under. Inhale, shoot it back up. Knee to the nose, pull it in. Inhale, back up. Left knee, left elbow, pause, down to that wrist. Back to that elbow, shoot it back up. And step through. Left foot in between the hands. Puff the chest forward, fingertips. Left hand up, simple twist. So really take that structure into the back leg, the thigh fairly firm, the knee really straight. And now reach the left hand up over the head, palm faces down. 1 more breath like that, turning the chest a little deeper up to the ceiling. And now left hand to the floor, straighten through your front leg and fold. 1 breath there. All right, gentle movement. Here we go. Lunge into the front knee, left hand forward and over the head as you reach the shoulder up, and then hand down, straighten through the front leg. One more. Reach forward as you lunge in, turn the shoulder up, and then hand down, straighten down. This time, nothing more than a lunge. Drop your back knee to the floor, chest and arms raised up, palms touch above your head, and then finding this shape with a little bit of structure first. So belly in, right butt cheek squeezes, elbows squeezing together as the chest lifts up. 2 more breaths like that. If your toes aren't tucked into the back, do it now. And then throw the hands back to straighten out through the front leg into half Hanuman. 2 to go. Lunge, lift, linger at the top. Exhale, throw the hands back, half Hanuman. Inhale, lunge, prayer behind the neck, squeeze the butt. Exhale, throw it back, hold here. Interlace hands behind the lower back. Now, in a sense, dig the front heel into the floor, but keep a little bend in the front knee. As the fist lifts up, move the chest forward a touch. 1 more breath as you are. And hands to the floor. Halfway lift. Half Hanuman, we settle in for maybe 3 or 4 more breaths there. Steady breaths. Good. All right. 3-leg dog. So lunge into the front knee. Left leg lifts up and out. Bend at the knee. Peel the hip open. Exhale. Left knee taps left elbow. Hold. Kick it out to the left and look left. Inhale. Shoot the leg back up. Bend the knee. Peel the hip. 1 more. Knee to elbow. Tap. Kick it to the left. You got it. Lift it back up. Nice and gentle. And then here we go. Drop down to forearms. You got this. Keep the left leg up. Okay. High plank, bring the shoulders forward, straighten the arms and curl knee to nose. Shoot the leg back up, drop back down to forearms. 2 more. Straighten out, high plank, knee to the nose. Kick it back up, drop back down to forearms. Last one. High plank, knee to the nose, curl it in, you got it. Shoot it back up, drop to forearms. This time, the high plank brings you back into chaturanga, half plank. Pull the chest through. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Doing good. Coming to a squat now. Heels up, knees bend. Walk, step, or jump outside your hands. Chest up. In this shape, bring the right hand to the floor, left hand to the ceiling. Lean back onto your right leg, but keep your left knee poking out. Half bind here. Wrap your left arm behind your lower back. Turn back the shoulder. 1 more big breath there. And switch, left hand to the floor, right hand comes up, half bind, wrap it up. Roll back the shoulder. Poke out your right knee as you do this, lean back on it. 1 more big breath. Good. Now gently release the hands to the floor behind your hips and plonk your butt to the floor. As you arrive there, hands just behind the hips, but fingers face forward. Feet on the ground at about hip width, reverse tabletop. Roll back the shoulders, lift the hips. Squeeze the butt here, but simultaneously suck your belly in. Now, try and pop your chest up through your shoulders and take 2 more breaths like this. And then very slowly, lower the hips down to the ground, nice and gentle. As soon as you arrive, catch the back of your knees for boat pose, lift the shins. Pull the chest up towards the thighs and then release the hands. Prayer touch to the left side. So hands together to the left, outside the left calf or the left thigh. And then hold here for a moment. Keeping the hands to the side, bring this into half boat. Kick your legs out straight, lower the shoulders towards the floor, and then lift back up. Switch that prayer to the other side, towards the right thigh, and then kick it out straight, lower down. Back up you go. 1 more on each side. Just 1 more. Over to the left. Kick it out long. Lower. Back up. To the right. Kick it out. Lower. Good. Back up. Reverse tabletop. Hands behind the hips. Feet on the ground. Roll back the shoulders. Lift the hips. Squeeze the butt. Pause here for a moment. Now, roll back the shoulders. I mean really quite firmly. Lift the left foot up off the ground. Left foot up off the ground. Kick the leg out straight and do any amount of lift with the left leg towards the ceiling. Doesn't matter how much. Lift, lift, lift. Hold. One more big breath. And then gently lower the foot down towards the floor. Little lift at the hips now. Right leg. Kick it out straight. And then lift it any amount towards the ceiling. Doesn't matter how much. Hold. Breathe. Stay. One more breath. Good. Foot down. Lower the hips. Hey, boat pose. Shins lift. You got it. Let's do it. Arms beside the knees now. Half boat. Straight up half boat. Kick the legs out straight. Lower the shoulder blades. Hold here. Breathe here. A little kind of kicking action on the legs. Little kick, little kick. While you're kicking, take the arms out to the side. Start to reach them up over the head. Keep kicking. Palms touch. One more breath here. And release. Feet on the ground, bridge pose. Tilt the tailbone up and lift the hips up. Squeeze the butt here. 2 more breaths as you are. Good. Release the hips. Just gently drop them from side to side once or twice, not very much at all. And then knees to the chest. Rock yourself up to a seat. Cross at the shins. Roll over the knees and come into chaturanga half plank. Bend at the elbows. Pull the chest through the arms into upward facing. And the exhale finds downward facing dog. As soon as you're in that downward facing dog, right leg raises up and step the foot in between your hands for crescent lunge. Chest and arms up. In this shape, go ahead and bend your left elbow, take it behind your head. Right hand up on top of that elbow, or alternatively, full Gomukhasana grip here. Either way, start to lift the chest and press the head into the arm, and then gently lean to your right. As you get into the side bend, leaning over to the right, try and push your left hip forward and keep the left butt cheek squeezing. You got 2 more big breaths in this shape. Now recenter the chest, raise the arms, straighten through the legs, and then hands to prayer, bend into the front knee, hook and twist. So hook the left elbow around the front leg, hands together, back leg nice and straight here, twisting, turning, rolling back the right shoulder in this position. Maybe just 2 more big breaths, but we're going to get a little tricky with it from there. Staying in this twisted position, look down, hands to prayer if they're not already. Let the front knee come forward of the toe, so deeper on the lunge. Now, the back foot should start to get light. When you can, pick up the back foot and tap the knee to the back of the calf. Take 1 big breath there. And then as you step the foot back, chest and arms raise up, crescent, straighten through the front leg. And gently fold forward into pyramid pose, keeping the back heel really lifted in this one. Now in this pyramid, take your time, but lift the front ball of the foot up off the ground and start to walk your hands back and down the mat. Fingers turn back, round your upper back a little here, but emphasize the lift of the back heel so the butt lifts up quite a bit. Front toes lifting for intensity. 2 more long breaths in this shape. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Good. Lunge into the front knee, crescent lunge that is, chest and arms raise up. Now in one movement, arrowhead, sweep the arms back and pop off the back leg into standing split. So with the arrowhead shape of the upper body, let the chest start to come down over the front leg, hands reaching back, chest coming way down. So back leg lifting all the way up here. Keep it strong. Keep reaching back, shoulders back. 1 more steady breath in this shape now. And into runner's lunge. Hands on the floor. Step the foot back. Nicely done. Move your left hand forward for Cleopatra. Turn to your right and let the knee drop to the side. Right arm reaches back. Big side body bend here for 1 more moment. And then we pulse twice. Lift the hips with the right hand up over the head. And then sink it back down. 1 more. Up and over. Exhale, back down. This time as you lift your hips, step the right foot back on top of the left into side plank and hold, and find tree pose from there. Bring the right foot inside the left thigh, lifting the hips as you arrive. Now keep the contact of foot and thigh and come to plank position with the tree pose. So right hand down, tree pose with the foot, and then sweep your right knee down towards the floor to kick it out to the left into fallen triangle. Left hand raises up, lift the hips here, pressing off the back foot. 2 more breaths in this shape. Left hand down, right leg up and out, 3-legged. And step the foot in between the hands for warrior 2. Windmill the arms up and open, T shape. The front palm reach up and back, reverse the shape. And as you reach forward, come into side angle pose. So retain the bend in the knee, right hand down, left hand up. Half bind, left arm wraps up. Full bind is more than welcome, but at your discretion. It's not the longest hold in side angle, so make a good use of it. Back thigh nice and firm. 2 more breaths in this shape. Good. Release what you got. Inhale, stand and straighten through the front leg. Right palm flips up and back, reverse. Back to a T shape to reach the arms forward for triangle pose. So right hand down, left hand up. Very nice. Very nice. In this shape, go ahead and reach the left hand straight up and over the head, reaching for the top of the mat. Left hand reaching forward. And palm faces down, just like we did before, kind of towards the start of practice. Turn the left shoulder up towards the ceiling here. 2 more long breaths. Good. And now inhale. Lift the chest, stand, flip the front palm to the ceiling, up and back. Come back into a T shape with the arms, but pull the hands to prayer, Skandasana at the back of the mat. Drop your butt to your left heel, turning the toes out as you do that, chest up. 1 more breath in this shape. And then switch. Keeping the butt low, slide the hips across. Now the right hand comes down to the floor, left hand up to the ceiling. Half bind, wrap the right arm behind the lower back. Maybe you find a full bind here, wrapping the right arm in front of the shin, turning the shoulders back. 2 more breaths from there. Nicely done. Hands on the floor. Very simple transition here. Slide your left foot in until you're in a squat, and we'll find crow facing the side of the mat. So left foot draws in, so you're bending the knee. Hands on the floor. Hips and heels lift up, knees into the upper arms. Shift body weight forward and see about squeezing the knees in so tight that maybe the feet come up off the ground. 2 more breaths in that shape. Very, very nice. And then feet come down, roll up, round up, all the way through to standing. Reach up, stretch up, nice and high, nice and tall. Hands to prayer. Right knee draws up in towards the chest, and find figure 4. Right ankle on the left knee. Sit your butt down nice and low here. Sit it heavy. In this shape, 1 of 2 choices. Either interlace your hands behind the lower back, or please try and find a bind here, wrapping the right arm in front of your right shin and wrapping the left arm behind the lower back. Now, stay here, nothing more than this. If it's going to be the bind, one or the other. No standing up into Bird of Paradise. We'll come there in just a moment. Find the bind, get nice and compressed. This is a challenge. You got 2 more big breaths wherever you're at. Now, wherever you're at, hands back to prayer. Stand up, right knee to the chest, up and in. Find your balance. Making the left leg do some work here. Hold, 1 more big breath. And then simply step the foot down. Raise the arms up. And exhale to fold all the way down to the mat. So you might be in the middle of the mat. You might be towards the top third of it. Wherever you're at, halfway lift. Right hand in front of the right foot. Start to lift the left leg straight out to the side. So running up the length of your mat, and start to lift the left hand up towards the ceiling as you do that. The right hip is probably going to do some serious work here. You got 2 more big breaths in this shape. And then gentle as you can, step the foot down wide, wide-legged forward fold, halfway lift to lengthen. We keep moving. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat, runner's lunge, to find three-leg dog. Right leg lifts up and out. Bend at the knee, peel the hip open. Think about coming down towards flip dog. Step the right foot down outside the mat. Drop the hips first, and then bridge the hips up as you reach the right arm back up and over the head. Now, 2 more big breaths like that. Stick with me through this transition here. As you unflip, bring the right hand down and tap your right knee to right elbow. Pull it in. Tap. 3-leg dog from there. Right leg shoots up and out. And then we do that one more time for Vinyasa. Right knee, right elbow. Like we did, kick to the right, bend the elbow, stack the knee, and push body weight forward to lift the back leg. Otherwise, one more breath, pinning the knee to elbow. 3-leg dog. Right leg lifts up and out. You're doing good. Step through, crescent lunge, chest and arms raised up. So, kind of like before, arrowhead, sweep the arms back, but warrior 3 to come. So, pop off the back leg, T-shape with the body now. See how controlled we can do this movement. Hands to prayer. Bend your standing leg. Tap your left knee to the back of the right calf. Hold, squat, curtsy. And then retain this cross-legged position. Just place your left foot down. So in fact, your shins are crossed. Hands to the floor, cross-legged fold. Halfway lift and fold back in. 2 or 3 more breaths here. Just opening up the back of the left leg a little bit more intensely here. 1 more big breath there. All right, your right leg should be in front of the left one. So as you stand up, pull your right knee back in towards the chest. Come on up. And once again, figure 4, right ankle, left knee. So in this figure 4, we will have a look for that broken wing bird of paradise. So see if we can find this bind again. Dropping the right armpit onto the shin. Wrap the arm in front of the shin. Now for some of us who aren't interlocking the fingers into the full bind, that's all good. Just keep them reaching for each other. But otherwise, left hand behind lower back, lock the fingers. And then wherever you're at, stand up. Now I don't have the full bind and I can pull the knee up. Left hand is still free. Alternatively, grab a hold of the shin, pull the knee in. Lift tall here through the left side of your body. Squeeze your left butt cheek, belly in. 2 more long breaths in this shape. Keeping the bind, hinge your chest forward, hinge at the hips. And at some point, release the bind, kick the leg back, set the foot down, runner's lunge. Left hand raises up, simple twist. To find wild thing directly. Step the left foot up and over the right leg, lift the hips, turn the chest. 2 more breaths like that. And then 3-leg dog, left hand down, left leg up. Take 2 palm prints back for some kick handstand practice. So as the left leg swings up, click the right heel in towards your butt. Left leg swings up, right heel clicks to butt. Now as you do this, strong shoulders, push the ground away. 1 little extra thing. Pull the chest back through the arms as you're kicking. So as the left leg swings up, the chest pulls back and the right heel kicks in towards the butt there. Give it a go, a couple of rounds of kick, maybe near a wall, but get the top leg super stiff and straight. 1 more round, and then 3-leg dog finds a 3-legged flow. Left leg stays up, high plank to low plank, chaturanga. Up dog finds downward facing dog. 1 more settling breath in that down dog. And then go ahead, raise your left leg up towards the ceiling. And step the foot in between your hands for crescent lunge. Chest and arms raised up. Right elbow bends behind the head, left hand up on top. Lift the chest and lean to the left. If you've got a full Gomukhasana grip, go for that. Interlocking behind the lower back, but a little bit of lift of chest. Now, try and relax the shoulders a little. Pull the belly in, squeeze the right butt. 2 or 3 more nice slow breaths here. Good. Inhale, stand, raise the arms, straighten the legs. Now, keeping the back heel lifted and the back leg straight, hands to prayer, lunge into the front knee and twist to the left. Hook your right elbow around the front knee. Nice, long, easy, steady breaths. Slow it down. 2 breaths to go there. Now in this shape, look down and bring the front knee forward a bit more. So deeper on the lunge. When you can, tap your right knee to the back of the left calf, that little curtsy shape. Hold for a tick. Breathe for a sec. Good. Step the foot back. Chest and arms raised. Crescent. Straighten through the front leg. Now keeping the back heel lifted, fold forward and pull the belly in tight into pyramid pose. Adjust the stance if you need to. You might want to shorten it up. But get the front ball of the foot lifted and start to walk your hands back and down the mat, coming up onto fingertips. So really curling in towards yourself here, but keeping a lift of the butt, lift of the back heel. Maybe 2 or 3 more steady, slow breaths. All right, we crack on. Gently. Go ahead. Lunge into the front knee. We come up into crescent lunge. Chest and arms raised. Exhale through to arrowhead. Sweep the arms back. Now, really slow and controlled in the transition here. So chest comes forward and down. Back leg gets lighter. And when you can, lift it up. And keep bowing down into this standing splits variation with no hands. Flying here, holding, breathing, staying. 2 more long breaths as you are. Stay with it now. Step back, hands on the ground, runner's lunge. Right hand moves a little further forward for Cleopatra. Turn to your left. Let the front knee drop to the side. Reaching for the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, sweep up over the head. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, back down. This time, lift of the hips, step you back into side plank, stack the legs, tree pose from there. Left foot inside the right thigh, hips lifting. Good, hold there, lifting hips. Now keeping that tree pose shape. Left hand comes down, keep the tree. Point the left knee down, turn. Ball and triangle. Kick the left leg out to the right as the right hand comes up. Hold there, lift the hips. 2 more breaths. Right hand down, left leg up and out. 3-legged dog. To step the left foot between your hands for warrior 2. Windmill the arms open, flip the front palm, keep moving. Back butt is tight. And then reaching forward for side angle. So retaining the bend in the knee. Elbow to knee or hand to the floor, side angle. Half bind, right arm wraps behind the lower back. A little turn back of the shoulder. Maybe a full bind if you'd like to. Nice smooth breathing, however. Nice smooth breathing. 2 breaths to go here. Good, inhale, stand. With the front palm, straighten through the front leg, reach up. And then back into triangle pose. So reach as far forward as you can. Left hand down, right hand up. Find the structure of the shape first. So pull in the belly. Turn the chest up towards the ceiling a little here. And keep the back leg super tight. 2 or 3 more generous breaths. Slow, steady. Nice mood in that shape. Lovely. Inhale, stand. Flip the front palm for the ceiling. Reach up and back, reverse it. And then back into a T shape. As you pull the hands to prayer, Skandasana at the back of the mat, turning the toes out and sinking towards your right heel. One breath there. And switch over to the other side into the left heel. Left hand down, right hand up. Half bind or the full, up to you. Little turn back of the chest. Keep the front toes lifted, the right ones there, or the back toes. One more breath. Hands on the floor. You pull your right heel in so you're in a squat. Hands to the ground. Hips lift up. Knees into the upper arms for crow. Don't let your elbows wing out too far here. Don't let them out. Round your upper back. Lift your butt and let the chest come down a touch. 2 or 3 more big breaths there. Good, good, good. Feet to the ground and roll up the spine all the way through to standing. Reach up, stretch up. Very simple. Hands to prayer. Left knee to the chest. Up and in. Figure 4. Left ankle, right knee. Sit it down. So this is a bit of a preparation for the next round of it, right? So just get a feel for it. Either interlace behind the lower back or drop your left armpit onto the shin or the knee. And then wrap the left arm around, wrap the right arm behind your lower back to interlock fingers. Staying in that little compressed, yucky shape. Nice, steady breath. One more. Release what you got. Hands to prayer, stand up. Left knee to the chest, up and in. Hold for a tick. And then set the foot down. Raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift and make it a very genuine half lift. So flat back, left hand in front of the left foot. Now, as the right leg lifts to the right, raise the right arm up towards the ceiling also. Hold there. Breathe there. Little bend into the standing leg as you step the right foot out wide. You got it. Halfway lift the leg. We're still moving. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. 3-leg dog. Left leg lifts up and out. Bend at the knee, feel the hip open, and think about flip dog from there. So left foot steps down and outside the mat. Turn, rotate the hips, lift the chest. 2 more breaths. Good. All right, here we go. As the left hand comes down, left knee taps left elbow. Shoot the leg back up, 3-leg dog. So left knee, left elbow once again. Look left and bend your elbow, stacking the knee. And then push body weight forward for Vinyasa. Push forward off the back foot. You got this. One more big breath. 3-legged dog. Left leg lifts up. If you haven't already, let's meet. Left foot stepping through. Crescent lunge. Chest and arms raised. All righty. Just like before. Sweep the arms back. Arrowhead shape. Shift body weight forward until you find warrior 3. T-shape with the body. Hands to prayer as you get there. Very slow transition here. Tap your right knee to the back of the left calf. And then simply set the foot down into a cross-legged position, folding forward. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. 2 more breaths in this cross-legged shape. All right. Go ahead. As you're standing up, pull your left knee up in towards the chest with you. Little balancey. And then figure 4 once again. Left ankle, right knee. Sit the butt down. Once you arrive in that figure 4, we look for this full bind. So drop your left armpit down to the shin. Wrap your right arm behind the lower back. Think about interlocking fingers. And maybe from there, you stand straight up. Otherwise, let's meet. Grabbing onto the left knee, left hand, right hand up. Wherever you're at with this one, squeeze your right butt cheek and pull the belly in. Steady breaths. 2 or 3 more. Very nice. So start to hinge the chest forward. At some point, release the bind and kick the left leg back. Setting the foot down to the ground for runner's lunge. Right hand raises up into simple twist and stepping directly into wild thing. Right foot up and over the left leg. Turn the hips, lift the chest. Steady up your breath there. Maybe 2 more big ones. 3-leg dog. Right hand down, right leg up. Walk the hands back, a good 2 palm prints. Then we take a little kick handstand practice. So the structure of this in your entry or your transition to kick is the key. You want straight elbows, strong shoulders, pushing the ground away. You don't want to go floppy through the elbows and shoulders. Keep them stiff, strong, resisting body weight. The top leg, your right leg, remains straight and stiff, and the swinging comes from your butt. Your butt is doing the swinging. Left heel clicks in towards the butt to center your gravity there. You take maybe just 2 more or something like that if you haven't already started kicking. And when you're ready, good. 3-leg dog finds a 3-leg flow. Right leg up, high plank to low plank, chaturanga. Pull the chest through, up dog, and into downward facing dog. We chill out there, take a child's pose or a puppy pose, or just let rest on the knees for a few moments there. Slow down your breathing a little. Maybe 2 more big breaths there. Settling the heart rate, settling the mood. All right. Let's lift up the chest. Have a look to the screen. We're going to have a little play with some variation on Pincha Mayurasana, the forearm balance. So I know this is quite a challenging posture for a lot of us. It requires some real serious openness through the shoulders that needs some real practice put into it. So take it gently on yourself, mentally. Don't demand too much of your body. Instead, think of it as an incremental practice to achieving this posture. Go for some checkpoints and we can start doing this together from here. So let's bring the forearms down to the ground at about shoulder width apart. So no wider than the shoulders. Forearms on the ground. And then notice the positioning of my shoulders here. It's not above my elbows. I'm going to bring them forward a little bit so the head is more above the hands. And then from there, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, and walking the feet in from there. So my head is just about on the ground from this position. It's not the position that a lot of us are familiar with, which might be the final position of Pincha, meaning pulling the chest back. For now, just for the entry, bring the chest forward and the head forward and walk the feet in as far as you can go. Raising up one leg, the right leg, let's say, and in the same way we did kick handstand, we're going to swing from the butt, but very gently and gingerly. You've got to go slow. Don't overcook it on the first one. You don't want to fall over in this one. Don't overcook it. So go gentle and then increase as you go along. No rush to do it. We've got a couple of minutes to play with this. So as you're bringing the shoulders forward, walk the feet in as far as you can go. So the hips are lifting up. You're trying to get the stack of the hips above your shoulders. One leg comes up. We're not going to bend the knee. Keep it straight. Swing and a little click of the left heel in towards the butt. If you did have a wall nearby, that could be a real good idea. You give that a couple of swings, and then we'll take it a little bit further in just a moment. Maybe there's 1 or 2 more. And hopefully you can see the subtle shift that I make here as we try and maybe come towards retaining a little bit of a pause at the top of that kick, just feeling the sense of control. And it starts to become about what your chest is doing. So in this shape, we're going to do the same as we did in kick handstand by pulling the chest back. Back meaning towards the back of your mat or back towards your feet. The chest comes through the arms. So we simultaneously do that with the swing of the leg. So it starts with the chest forward so we can get the hips in and walking the feet in. And then as the leg lifts up, I hope you can notice what my chest is doing. As I swing the leg, I'm going to pull my chest back. So chest pulls through, leg swings up. I hope you can see that little tip that's happening there. So give that a go, but it generates a lot of power. So if you were at a wall, it's a real good idea to test this one out so you don't tip over. So give it a go if you'd like to. If you're feeling confident and strong with it, get more engagement through your shoulders so you're creating more space between the ground and your head, meaning it feels like you're pushing harder to move the head away from the ground, rounding the upper back. Maybe just a couple more kicks if you're still going with it. Wish I could see you in that one. Another moment or two. And then I think that's enough work, right? Let's come on down. Lay flat onto your belly. And we'll open up these poor shoulders that have served us so well today. So once you're flat onto your belly, extend your right arm straight up to the right side of your mat, perpendicular to the body or in line with your shoulder. And then quite literally roll onto your right side as you step the foot behind the knee. Let the head relax here. And then we settle into nice slow breathing. You could even scoot your right hip more towards the middle of the mat. Maybe 3 more breaths. And rolling out nice and slow, really gently, easing the chest down to the ground. Once you're there, other arm, left arm extends to the side, rolling open. Especially as we cool the body down a little now. Let that be also represented via your breath. In a sense, let the breath lead the way here. You've got that initial intention of settling the mood. The challenge here is a little bit different to what it was a few moments ago. Still, we're attentive, focused, compassionate to the body, maintaining that sense of warmth in each and every action. Maybe 3 more breaths there. And within the next breath or two, ease out nice and slow. Rolling down until you're flat. From there, make your way back into child's pose just momentarily. And then pretty immediately lifting up the chest to a kneeling position, tucking in the toes for this one, for camel. Now, we'll go through a little bit of this stabilization of the lower back, which is what we want. So start to squeeze your butt, but it's not just enough to squeeze the butt. In fact, try and tilt your tailbone down, and hopefully you see that little tilt that happens there. It's as if you're trying to squeeze your butt, tilt your tailbone down, and reduce the space between your bottom rib and the top of your pelvis. So closing in action there. But in contrast, the chest lifts up. Keep the belly tight, hands to the lower back. And then as you lift the chest, it takes you into the back bend. Keep tilting the tailbone down, hands to heels now, grab a hold. And then go through that little system again. Tailbone down, chest puffs up. Now smooth out your breath. If your breath is impossible to smooth out, bring your chin to your chest and take a few like that. But keep the chest actively popping up through the shoulders. 2 more to go here. Stay with it. Inhale. Lift the head, lift the chest, and then sit down inside your heels, inside your heels. Hopefully you're roughly on your mat here as we make our way down into full hero. I know this is a challenging shape for a lot of us, so do what you can with it, but you're sitting inside your heels, rolling out your calves. Now for some of us, just staying here or sitting on a block or two might be enough. It's a strong shape with both knees bent, no doubt, no doubt. If you're comfy enough, start to make your way back to the hands. Little tuck of the tailbone if you are making your way down to elbows or further. And then take all of your attention into your belly button. Just watch the gentle rise and fall of the belly button. Two or three more breaths now. And take your time to come out. This one's not easy, no doubt. Make your way up, rock over into a hip, extend one leg and then the other. Just give the knees a little chance to adjust here. Blood flow. Ankles too, of course. Breath or two more, no rush to carry on here, no rush at all. And then coming towards double pigeon. So scooch the butt back a little bit, bring the left shin onto the floor, parallel to the top of the mat, bending the knee, and then pretty much doing the same to the right. So stacking up the shins, parallel to the top of the mat. If there's a big gap between the knees, block or something similar underneath. Whenever you're ready, chest up, fold forward, any amount. If it's really not working out, pull that bottom heel back towards the hip and settle into that figure four. Relax the shoulders and the jaw here as much as you can. Let the breath flow with stability and evenness. Two more breaths now. Alrighty, inhale
Inhale, chest lifts up. We're coming to a half forward fold in a moment. If half lotus is comfortable for you, just bring that right foot up into the hip crease from now, and then extend the left leg out straight. If not, right sole of the foot inside the left thigh, chest and arms raise up, and then folding forward, straight forward over the left leg. So no angle on this one out to the side at all. Straight out of the hip and folding forward. Maybe just 3 more breaths in this shape now. Inhale, chest lifts up. Release the half lotus if you've got it. Janu style here. Right hand behind the hip for stargazer. Lift the hips. Open the chest, lean back on it. 2 more breaths. Squeeze the butt, lift the chest. And release. Coming down to the other side of that half pigeon. So right shin on the bottom now, left shin on the top. Half pigeon, I mean double pigeon. Stacking up the shins, left leg on the top. Make sure you're just going the other way to which you went. Chest up, butt back as you fold forward. And it might be as simple as relaxing the jaw and the face, just letting the head hang. About 3 more big breaths. And inhale, chest lifts up. Do the half lotus. There should be absolutely no pain through the knee. If there is, I mean even a touch, come out of it. Lift the chest, foot inside the thigh, otherwise, and fold forward. Keep breathing down into the lower belly, which feels kind of like the lower back here. One more big breath. Chest lifts up, release the half lotus, stargazer, left hand behind the hip, rock up onto the shin, squeeze the butt, arch the upper back. 2 more breaths there. And release. hips coming down nice and slow. Go ahead and take the legs out wide. Chest and arms raised. And then we'll try and do this really actively. So toes lift and thighs engage. And then try and reach as far forward out in front of you as you can. Hold for a tick. Long, strong legs rather. And then release. Hands to the floor. Relax. Any amount of fold. I know it's quite deep as a demonstration, but maybe hands on the floor, head hang. That's enough. Smooth breaths now. Not the longest hold, maybe just 7 more breaths or so. All right, chest lifts up. And then grab a hold of your knees and roll straight down onto your back. So bending the knees, roll down onto your back. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling as you come down onto your back. Welcome to take headstand or similar. But lift the legs up towards the ceiling once you've bridged your back. You could just come into legs up the wall pose, straight up with the legs, beautiful, beautiful shape. Or come up into shoulder stand. So lifting the hips, supporting the lower back, and taking the hips up over the head. I'll leave it up to you if you want to play with plow pose, taking the legs over the head towards the ground. Go gently with that. There should be a very little sensation through the neck and shoulders. So if it feels too intense, come out of it. Don't want to push that one. One or two more breaths. And then ease out, roll down, nice and slow. Once you're on the ground, take a moment to lay flat. And from here, do something that's going to feel good. Either find bridge pose or fish pose, potentially wheel, but do something to sort of open up again through the front of the hips, or find some form of back bend. So bridge, fish, or wheel. And if it's fish, you bring the hands underneath your butt cheeks. You lift the chest up through the shoulders. And as you rest on the elbows, you're trying to keep the chest popping up through the shoulders. Legs straight in fish. And as you come out of that shape now, exhaling, lay flat on your back for a moment. And hug the right knee up in towards your chest. And take it over to the left into a twist, down to the left side of the body. 2 more breaths there. And inhale, back up through the center. Other way around, left knee in, over to the other side, into the twist. Maybe 2 more slow breaths in that twist. And as you finish them off, come back through the center, hug the knees in, and come down into Shavasana from there. Laying flat and still. And as you land on the floor, take a nice long, deep breath in with a gentle releasing breath out. Again, see if you can meet yourself just as you are here. Maybe a very different interaction from where you began. Notice a certain amount of harmonization through the body as a result of the practice. A certain feeling of being simultaneously relaxed and energized. But all over, let the body sink and settle into the floor. Give yourself the chance to rest here. Let's gently start to deepen the breath rather. And as you do, let that bring some sort of energization to the body, some form of wakefulness. When you're ready, wriggle fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Have a big stretch at some point. And start to make your way up to a seated position with the eyes closed. Once you're there, we bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Just take a few moments, acknowledging the practice and bringing some form of gratitude. And we humbly bow the head and say to each other, Namaste. Namaste, my dear friends, indeed. Well, it's been a pleasure guiding you on a Sunday online, but look, I'm looking forward to being back in the studio, especially for this class, which is quite technical at times, and it's better to have a bit more guidance there in live one-on-one kind of atmosphere. So we'll keep on going with some other online classes, but I really hope that I can see you in person. Looking forward to it. Enjoy. I'll see you soon.